All right, let's dive in. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the hidden engine that powers the world's most successful companies. It's called Operations Analytics, and it's basically the secret playbook for making any business run smoother, faster, and just plain smarter.
You know that feeling, right? You click one button and somehow a package shows up at your door the very next day. You order dinner and it arrives still hot. You fire up a movie and it streams perfectly. It feels like total magic. But here's the secret. It's not magic at all. It's just incredibly well-run operations.
So what's their secret weapon? It's this thing called Operations Analytics. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like an X-ray for your company. It lets you see right through the skin and look at the actual bones of the business. You know, the processes, the workflows, all of it. So you can see what's really going on, find out what might be broken, and figure out exactly how to make it healthy again.
And that brings us to the first part of this whole playbook, and it's a big one. You just can't fix what you can't see. Before you can improve anything, you have to get a totally honest, crystal clear picture of what's happening right now. It's all about making the invisible visible. Everything kicks off with a question that sounds simple, but it's usually not. If you go into a company and ask 10 different people how something gets done, you'll probably get 10 different answers. See, everyone thinks they know the official process, the one on the flowchart. But what's the actual path the work is taking day to day? The real story is always buried in the data. And this is where a really cool technique called process mining comes in. It's brilliant, really. First, it just pulls all those little digital footprints from your computer systems. Every click, every timestamp, every update. Then, it uses all that info to automatically draw you a map of how work actually flows. And bam! Instantly, you can see all the strange detours, the long delays, and all the spots where things are just getting jammed up. And process mining is just one of the tools you can use. You've also got root cause analysis, which it's kind of like being a detective, trying to find that one single thing that caused the bigger problem. And then you can measure things like throughput, which is just, how much stuff are we getting done, and cycle time. How long does it take to do just one of those things? It's all about getting that first diagnosis right.
Okay, so we've got our X-ray, we found the problems, now what? Well, this is where we move to the second part of the playbook. It's time to turn all those insights into actual improvements. Time to take action.
Probably the most common problem you'll find on that X-ray is the dreaded bottleneck. Just imagine a busy warehouse. Packages are getting packed super fast, everything's flying, but then they all just pile up, waiting for one single, slow label printer. It literally doesn't matter how fast everything else is. The speed of the entire operation is being held hostage by that one slow point. And here's what's so incredible. When you fix that bottleneck, you go from total gridlock and wasted time on the left to a smooth, high-speed flow on the right. And get this, fixing that one slow point doesn't just make that one step better, it unlocks the speed and potential of the entire system. This whole idea is really at the heart of super powerful methods like Lean and Six Sigma. Lean is all about hunting down and eliminating waste. Six Sigma is all about stamping out errors. But really, they're both about the same thing, looking at every single step of a process and asking one simple question. Does this add any real value for the customer? And if the answer is no, then it's waste. And the goal is to get rid of it relentlessly.
And this kind of optimization thinking, it touches every single part of a business. Analytics can help you redesign a warehouse so people walk less. It can help you figure out the exact right amount of inventory to keep so you're not wasting money on stuff just sitting there. It can even help you pinpoint exactly where quality problems are coming from so you can make a better product.
Okay, so we've seen the present and we've improved it. But now for the real game changer. The third and final stage of the playbook is where we stop just reacting to today and start proactively shaping tomorrow. And believe me, this is where things get really, really exciting. This slide just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old way, the reactive way. A machine breaks, everyone panics, production stops, it's chaos. But on the right, you've got the new, predictive way. Analytics can use data from sensors to see that a part is about to fail, which means you can fix it during a planned break. It's the difference between managing a crisis and having total control. And this predictive power goes way beyond just machines. You can use analytics to model the odds of all kinds of risks, like a key supplier having issues or a sudden massive spike in orders. It lets a company stop just reacting to emergencies and actually start building a strategic plan for them before they even happen.
Now here's a final, really powerful idea for you. Imagine you've got a huge idea. You want to completely redesign your factory or totally change how you deliver your product. These are massive, expensive decisions.
How can you possibly know if your big idea is going to work without, betting the entire farm on it? Well, the answer is simulation. You basically create a digital twin, a perfect virtual copy of your entire operation inside a computer. And on this digital twin, you can test anything you want. Try that new layout. Run a simulation of your busiest day ever. Experiment with 10 different strategies. You can do it all with absolutely zero real-world risk. It's like a safe playground for making huge, billion-dollar decisions. So that's the journey. It's a pretty simple and logical path when you lay it all out. You start by seeing what's really happening. Then, you use what you learned to improve how you do things today. And finally, you take all that data and all that knowledge to plan for and even predict the future.
Look, if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Operations analytics isn't just about fancy charts and spreadsheets. It is the discipline of turning raw, messy data, all that noise, into a real strategic asset that helps you make smarter, faster, and much more resilient decisions, day in and day out. And all of this leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about for the future. As these tools get better and better, as our operations become more and more automated and nearly perfect, what's left for people to do? What becomes our unique human role in a world of almost perfect operational data? It's definitely something to think about. Thank you for watching.